Well, we're back with Tim Lincecum and our own Cy Young candidate, Joe McGrane. You know, Joe, you won 18 one year.
I didn't win it, though. This guy got it right out of the box.
What did you like about what he did to win it?
Well, I like the way he finished the season. He had a chance to really go for something and really reach that, and that's what he did.
You closed it out, didn't you?
Definitely. It definitely worked in my favor. I mean, like one of those things with a moment of truth, and you know, I got the call, and it's great news, so it's good for me.
It's fantastic. Well, we got you here a little more comfortable on the field, all right?
Yeah.
Can you take us through a little bit of stuff? We're going to talk some pitching. Now, growing up, your dad was like the guy for you, right? He taught you most of your mechanics. Where did it all come from?
You know, growing up with him and his father, you know, his dad was a big baseball follower and stuff, but he wasn't exactly, you know, the most athletic type. So, you know, with my dad, they learned mechanics together, and you know, didn't take anything from anybody. It was just more of a feel, like, you know, this felt good, you know, trying to keep from getting hurt, injuries, that kind of thing. And, you know, he grew up learning the same thing, and, you know, just really taking a lot of pride in that. And, you know, he passed it on to me and my brother, so that's where I learned my mechanics from.
A lot of people think that that's really kind of a wild delivery, but it is kind of an old school controlled delivery for you, is it not?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, it's like I've told you before, it's elongated motion, but I try to stay as consistent with it as possible, not try to make too many moving parts, try to make it as simple for me. I mean, you know, obviously it doesn't look too simple for everybody else, but it's just the way my body
Well,
works.
there was another guy in San Francisco years ago when you weren't even a thought of being born, but Juan Marichal. He had that high kick and delivery. Let's take a look at Juan Marichal's delivery. You know, when I was growing up, this is what they did. And you're around San Francisco, you get a chance to see these guys. What did Juan talk to you about, Tim?
Yeah, definitely. I got a chance to sit down with him, and he was telling me, he's like, I used to be a sidearm pitcher, you know, and I used to drop down, and you know, I wanted to learn how to throw over the top, so he's like, that's how I developed that huge leg kick. That's the only way I felt like I could get over the top, and you know, that's the way he developed his funky delivery, I guess, too.
Is repeating the delivery the key to most pitchers?
It's absolutely exactly the key, because that allows you to execute and to locate to go with that good blazer that he's got as well.
Let's look at some of your footage, Tim. Take us through your delivery. And you were saying how your dad worked with you a lot. What do you think? What are you trying to do? You're talking about old school. What do you mean by that?
You know, I got a little bit of the Louis Tiant turn. I got a little bit of a dip and dangle with my arm, like a lot of the old school pitchers did. You know, I try to get up there and just get out as close to the plate as I can, try to get as much out of my body without hurting myself. So.
All right, so take us through that. I'm getting out of here. Joe, you take over, man. You guys are pitchers. I'm going to go catch. Don't hurt me when you throw, all right?
All right.
First thing I notice, Timmy, about Marichal's delivery and yours is it's very rhythmic. I know you're big into music and everything, and it looks like you don't really do anything at expense of rhythm, and I think that has a lot to do with your ability to repeat your delivery, right?
Yeah, definitely. My dad says rhythm is key. He's like, that's the most important thing. You know, if things are going AWOL or haywire out on the field, you know, he says take a step back and just kind of try to regain your rhythm again. Sometimes you might be moving too fast, but he always says you can always slow your motion down.
Tim, can you take us step by step through your mechanics and your spin and all that? You're talking about old school?
Yeah, definitely. To a lot of people it looks complicated, but for you it really isn't.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been learning it all my life, so I mean, it's getting easier and easier and more second nature to me. You know, I start, you know, it's a little traditional, you know, ball behind the back, like a lot of guys do, a little offset. I don't know if a lot of guys do that, but that's just the way I learned. I do a little side step back, and then that's when everything kind of goes. My hands go down, my knee goes up and back. I kind of show my butt and my back to the target, which allows me to get my side of the target so I don't lose power while I'm, like, if I'm stepping towards the mound, I don't have any leverage in here. There's no torque, there's nothing. I just got to rely on my legs and my arm strength. But this twist a little bit allows me to create those torques and those hinges that let everything catch up, or else I'd be throwing with just my arm.
It's like a bullwhip where the body is the handle and your arm or your fingertips are the end of that last
That's exactly my dad. That's what my dad
right?
used to say all the time. I mean, you know, guys, you can ask them when my dad was helping guys out my age when I was younger in high school and stuff. He'd say the same thing: is, you know, the body's what's doing the work, and the arm is just along for the ride.
Let's have you make a couple throws here. Harold, do you have your cup on?
I'm hoping, because he's got that nasty movement. I'm stepping out to the side.
Let's see it work here.
Tim, you're not 60 feet 6 inches, so just be easy.
I wish it was 60 feet.
All right.
All right, here we go.
So you do the step, the rock, the turn.
Easy, Hoss.
Oh, thank you for being kind. So that's what it looks like,
right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. You're going to throw strikes all the time.
Now, you always keep about 3 miles in reserve, right? So you've got that 2-strike fastball ready for Harold now?
Yeah, give me another one. No, don't let it go. Same thing again so people can see you repeating. Just talk us through it while you're stepping through.
All right, like I said, I step back, hands go, everything. That's when everything starts. And kind of in my mind, I have to try to keep a good rhythm. You know, sometimes I'll count to myself on the mound just to make sure that I'm doing a good rhythm, like 1, 2, and just like that, so on and so forth. So step back, hand goes in the glove, figure out which pitch I'm going to go to. I never really do anything.
Well, right now you're throwing a fastball.
Yeah, so right now, fastball.
Straight down the middle, easy.
There's the turn, my dangle, and then everything drives this way, and everything comes over it. And, you know, as long as I follow through, everything will be all right.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh roughly 170 pounds on.
And you had the feeling that you get pound for pound everything out of your delivery, unlike a lot of big guys who may be more upper body throwers.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I drive off with my leg a lot. You'll notice I have a pretty long drag line with my foot, and I get out there pretty far. I mean, I don't know, close to 85, 90 inches with my stride.
When you're talking about your stride, it reminds me of your dad used to put a $1 bill down.
Yeah,
I know Joe's worth $1.
This is on loan from Harold here. Now, we want to see if you can repeat this delivery to the point. Now, what did your dad used to put it like?
Yeah, he used to put it, down by where my landing was, just to make sure I did get over my front foot. And, on this mound, it's a little shorter just because.
Is that okay there?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just give you a rough demonstration of that. Coming down and make sure I'm getting over and picking up that $1. And he's like, if I put money down there every time, you'd pick it up, just to remind me to do that so I don't take it for granted.
Did it get to the point to where there were larger denominations other than $1 bills?
Sometimes there'd be quarters, there'd be Monopoly money, I don't know.
Oh, he's hundreds now.
Well, I tell you, Harold, it was really fun to watch this guy pitch. He's not one of the larger frame guys, but he's got those quick reflexes like a mongoose and gets so much out of his delivery, and I think there's so many guys that don't repeat their deliveries, even good pitchers, as well as he does.
All right, well, you guys gave me a great lesson, too. Thanks for looking in. A lot of youngsters at home. Repeat the delivery. You look healthy. I don't know what the scouts were thinking, but the Giants got it right.